1,300. Remember this number. This is the total number of official goal involvements, goals, and assists that Lionel Messi has recorded in his career. Let me repeat that so you can grasp the scale. 1,300. That's over 895 goals and over 405 official assists. That's not just a record, it's a mathematical chasm. To help you understand how insane that number is, let's compare it to the modern standard. Imagine Erling Haaland. He's a machine, a physical monster. But to match Messi's pace, Haaland would need to average 1 goal contribution in every single match for the next 22 years. Without injuries, without slumps, and even then, he might not make it. We're used to comparing players, but the statistics tell us otherwise. Messi's the only player in football history to have surpassed the 400 assist mark. He's the only one to have won 48 team trophies. He's the only one to have scored 91 goals in a single calendar year. Looking at the statistics, you imagine a perfect athlete. But looking at the pitch, you see a man who is 170 centimeters tall and spends most of the match just walking. But this is the greatest deception in the history of sports.
He's always like this. He's always moving.
Lionel Messi is a unique combination of high football IQ, anomalous biomechanics, and statistics that break predictive models. Today we'll combine the cold data from Opta and StatsBomb with tactical analysis to prove why Messi's not just the best player, but a separate sport that no one else can ever play. Welcome to the Aura 90 channel. Buckle up. Now we'll see the game through the eyes of a genius.
Hola, soy Leo Messi y este es mi video. Espero que les guste.
Let's start with the foundation. The Spanish La Liga is one of the most technical and challenging leagues in the world. Alfredo Di Stefano, Johan Cruyff, Zinedine Zidane, R9 Ronaldo, Cristiano, they've all played here. But Messi's statistics in Spain look like a system error in the game's code. Let's take a look at total goals. Lionel Messi, 474 goals in 520 matches. In Spain, Messi didn't just score, he conducted. If you combine goals and assists, Messi's total contribution to La Liga is over 660 involvements. This is where the system error lies. Even if you take the best average goal contribution rate in history and project it over 15 years, the mathematical model would still break against these numbers. Messi has created as many goals in Spain as most clubs fail to score in a decade. And another fact that'll blow your mind, the Man of the Match award. Over the last 15 years, Messi has taken home this statuette in 52% of his games. That means when he stepped onto the pitch, it was essentially a coin toss whether he would be the best player of the evening. And this went on for a decade and a half consistently. Messi's also the only player in the history of the top 5 leagues to have won the Pichichi Trophy, the award for the top scorer, 8 times. The record of the legendary Telmo Zarra had stood for 60 years. Messi rewrote it, making routine what was once considered a feat. In the 2011 to 2012 season, he set an eternal league record, 50 goals in 37 games. For comparison, the English Premier League record set by Erling Haaland is 36 goals. The Bundesliga record by Robert Lewandowski is 41 goals. Messi, however, broke the 50-goal ceiling, playing not as a pure striker, but as a free-roaming artist. But let's go beyond Spain. The Champions League. This is where the best are truly tested. Many say that Messi couldn't play against English clubs. The statistics laugh at this claim. Messi has scored 27 goals in 36 matches against the Big Six of the Premier League. He has destroyed Arsenal, 4 goals in 1 match, Manchester City, and Manchester United on the biggest stage of all. Remember 2019, the semi-final against Liverpool? Virgil van Dijk was having the season of his life. No one could get past him. But Messi scored twice, including that free kick from 30 meters. After that match, Jurgen Klopp said, "In the moments when he stops, he looks harmless, but when he starts running, he's unstoppable. He's the best." And Van Dijk himself, the best defender in the world at that moment, later confirmed it.
I think Messi is the best player in the world. I think he deserves it as long as he plays. So the Ballon d'Or is not something I'm definitely thinking of. But if it happens by any, I don't know, chance, then obviously I will take it. But I don't think there's any, case. I think he's still the best player in the world. Doesn't matter if he's not in the Champions League final or not.
And here we come to the main paradox. How did a player who's not an athlete dominate Europe for 17 consecutive years? The answer lies not in his legs, but in his head. One of the most foolish myths about Messi is this: he's lazy because he walks. Let's destroy this myth with science. Professor Geir Jordet of the Norwegian School of Sports Sciences conducted a large-scale study examining what is known as scanning frequency. This is a measure of how many times a player turns their head to assess the situation before receiving the ball. This is information gathering. The average Premier League player does this 4 to 6 times in 10 seconds. Geniuses like Xavi and Iniesta did it 8 times, but Messi is in a league of his own. Pep Guardiola, the man who created the great Barcelona team, explained it perfectly. He's not just walking, he's taking an X-ray. He turns his head right, left. He's looking for space. By the time the ball reaches him, he already has a map of where all the opponents are. In analytics, this is called spatial awareness. While defenders waste energy on senseless running, Messi finds the blind spots in the defense. This is why his off-the-ball movement is so effective. He lulls them into a false sense of security with his passivity, and then explodes in that 1 second when a defender blinks. This isn't laziness. It's the frightening efficiency of a processor that handles data faster than any computer. Messi sees the game in 4K, while everyone else is watching in 720p. When intelligence combines with peak physical form, we get the year 2012, the year when football was officially hacked. 91 goals in a calendar year. This record is in the Guinness Book of Records. The previous record of 85 goals by Gerd Müller has stood for 40 years. Let's break down this number so you can feel its weight. In 2012, Lionel Messi alone scored more goals than the entire Manchester United squad, 85 goals. More than Chelsea, 87 goals, who won the Champions League that year. More than Borussia Dortmund, 88 goals. One man surpassed attacking machines with budgets in the hundreds of millions of dollars. On top of that, he provided 22 assists. In total, that gives 113 goal contributions in a single year. For context, in the most prolific season of Erling Haaland's career, he had around 60 goal contributions. He would need to have 2 such perfect seasons in a row to match 1 year of Messi. Analysts note that in that year, Messi showed an anomalous conversion rate. He was scoring from situations where the probability of a goal, XG, was minimal. This was a peak that humanity will most likely never see again. But numbers are the result. How does he do it physically? Why did the defenders of Real Madrid and Bayern fall before him as if they were cut down? The secret is in his biomechanics, specifically in deceleration. Sports science says gaining speed's easy, but stopping abruptly is a colossal strain. Most players need 2 to 3 steps to stop from a full sprint. Messi stops in 1 step. Remember Jerome Boateng in 2015? A world-class defender simply collapsed. Why? Because Messi changed his direction of movement faster than Boateng's brain could send a signal to his legs. Thanks to his lower center of gravity and phenomenal balance, he breaks opponents' ankles without even touching them. His superpower is close control. When dribbling, the ball bounces off his foot no more than 60 centimeters. Rio Ferdinand, a Manchester United legend, said, "I tried to kick the ball, but he was too fast. I felt like a child playing against an adult. He was like a ghost."
The problem is when you did get close to him, he was that small and quick. He was going underneath. So I was trying, normally you go out and hit someone in the chest, and he was just going underneath it, and I was thinking, this guy, he's a magician. He's the best player I played against. He was just devastating, and I feel we all kind of felt if we played against that Barcelona team without Messi, we probably would have won.
Prime-time Lionel Messi, unplayable.
This brings us to the 2 greatest coaches in history who ever suffered from him the most. Jose Mourinho, the best defensive technician, admitted that he prepared Real Madrid for games against Messi for weeks. He invented the term, the cage. Mourinho said, "Against Messi, man-to-man marking is suicide. You have to surround him with 3 players, build a cage, and even then, you can't be sure. But the most telling moment happened in the 2011 Champions League final. Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United was a machine, but Messi, playing in the false 9 role, destroyed their structure. There's a camera shot that says more than statistics. The 86th minute of the match, the camera shows Ferguson's hands. They're shaking. The great Scotsman understood that he was powerless. After the match, Ferguson said, "They're the best team I've ever played against. No one's ever given us a hiding like that." In football, there's a division of labor. Ronaldo and Lewandowski finish attacks. Zidane and De Bruyne create them. Messi is a glitch in the program. He does both at the best level in the world. According to the IFFHS, Messi has been named the world's best playmaker of the year 5 times. At the same time, he has 6 golden boots. Let's compare him to the benchmark of a playmaker, Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne's best season in the Premier League, 13 goals and 20 assists. Messi's best season in La Liga, 50 goals and 16 assists. Messi provides the creativity of De Bruyne's level, but at the same time, scores 4 times as many goals. His statistics for through balls, defense-splitting passes over the last 10 years in the top 5 leagues are simply incredible. Lionel Messi has made over 400 accurate through passes. The closest pursuer is almost twice as far behind. Thierry Henry, who played with him, said it best. "I've seen players who score. I've seen those who see the field. But Lionel's the only one who does both at an alien level in the same match."
The best player in the world for you now?
For me, over the 5, I will go with Leo. I will go with Leo, although I respect Ronaldo a lot. I respect the amount of work he put into the game, the amount of dedication he has. But Leo is just a freak.
In the 2014 to 2015 season, Messi created 95 chances from open play, so-called chances created. This is more than any player in the history of Opta's data collection. He doesn't just wait for a pass. He drops into the midfield, starts the attack, beats 3 players, and finishes it. This is called ball progression, and Messi's been the world leader in advancing the ball towards the opponent's goal throughout his entire career. But the most dramatic chapter of his career is the Argentina national team. For a long time, it was a story of pain. A defeat in the 2014 World Cup final, 2 lost Copa America finals on penalties. In 2016, after tears in New Jersey, it seemed like it was all over. Critics said, "He's European. He doesn't feel the national team shirt." But Messi returned to rewrite history. From 2021, he delivered a run that has no parallel in international football. A victory at the 2021 Copa America at the Maracana, a victory in the Finalissima, and of course, Qatar. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar was the final chord. At the age of 35, when his physicality was no longer the same, he turned his intelligence up to the maximum. The Argentinists call it la pausa, the ability to slow down the game, to pause with the ball, to wait for a teammate's movement, and to make the pass. Remember the match against Mexico? Argentina was on the verge of elimination. 0 chances. Messi finds a half a meter of space in front of the box. A shot. A goal. The nation is saved.
Lionel Messi. Messi's here! That's what they came for!
Remember the pass to Nahuel Molina in the match against the Netherlands? Not a single camera, not one of the 80,000 spectators in the stadium saw that corridor. Messi did. Remember the semi-final against Croatia where he destroyed Joško Gvardiol, the best young defender of the tournament? The statistics from the 2020 World Cup are unique. He became the first player in history to score in the group stage, the round of 16, the quarterfinal, the semi-final, and the final. He broke the record for goal plus assist contributions in the entire history of the World Cups, reaching 21 and surpassing Pele and Miroslav Klose. He created the most chances in the tournament. This was not just a championship, it was the closing of a chapter. And then there was the 2024 Copa America, another trophy. Today is 2026, and his statistics for the national team are frightening. 112 goals and 60 assists. He's the top scorer in the history of South America. He's the top assistant in the history of international football. He's transformed the Argentine national team from a team of underachievers into a dynasty of champions. Let's sum it up. Why is Lionel Messi unattainable? Because in order to replicate his career, a new hero would need to score like Cristiano Ronaldo, pass like Kevin De Bruyne, dribble like Eden Hazard, over 2,000 dribbles, win trophies like Dani Alves, and do all of this simultaneously without slumps for 20 years. Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappé, Jude Bellingham, they're all already considered great. But the statistics tell us that even in their best form, they're behind Messi's pace. Numbers are important, records are important, but they don't explain the main thing. In 50 years, people will look at Messi's statistics and think it's an error in the database. They'll see 91 goals in a year, 400 assists, 48 trophies, and not believe that one person did it. But we're luckier than future generations. We didn't just see the numbers in a table. We saw the magic live. We saw how he brought stadiums to their feet with a single movement of his shoulder. We saw how he turned enemies into admirers. We saw how he fell, cried, but came back to lift the World Cup. Haaland, Mbappé, Bellingham, they're the future of football. They'll write their own great history. But Lionel Messi is no longer just a player. He's the benchmark, one that has forever changed our understanding of human capabilities. But there's one thing that cannot be copied. It's the ease. Messi showed us that you can be the best in the world without being the strongest or the fastest. He won with intelligence. He won with a love for the game. We live in the age of data, and the data tells us he has completed this game. From his first goal, assisted by Ronaldinho, to eternity in Qatar. There were great players, there were legends, and then there's Lionel Messi, the man who made us believe in infinity. This was the Aura 90 channel. Appreciate the legends while they're still on the field. See you soon.